I'm Susan Alexander, and my son's name is Azelle Rodney. He was he was a very happy child. He was sociable, and he always liked being around family. So we used to all go around each other's houses and try and keep the family as close together as possible, so that they all knew each other. And he really enjoyed going round to his auntie's house, seeing his cousins, and being active. He was quite active, always moving around, and just quite easygoing, really, as a young boy. He's the eldest. He was the first grandchild in the family, so he did get spoiled because he was the first one. And he's I think he enjoyed the attention while it lasted, until his younger brother came along. Then there was two of them, double trouble. Azelle was very, always wanting to show them, go on, tidy your room, keep your room tidy, do the right thing, be good, I'm watching you, kind of thing. So, yeah, he was a good kid. Some children, young people, they're leaders and some are followers. He was definitely a leader, and I was like that when I was young. I was the oldest in my family, and I've kind of brought him up like that, just to be in control of your life, be good, learn life skills. You've got to be sociable and interact with people, that on that human level. So I brought him up and all my children to be like that, and he was the first one. So I think he took a lot from that in his own social life. I think my favourite memories of him is his smile, because that just kind of used to light up. When he was little, he had this big grin on his face. He just had, a wide grin. So every time I looked at him, I knew he was happy. I saw an item on the TV, and there was like a ticker going around on the screen saying "man shot dead in Edgware," and then it just kept going round and round and round. I was just kind of pacing the floor, thinking, what's happened here? Somebody rang my phone and just said something's happened to Azelle. So I was just thinking, what? So I was just like pacing the floor, worried, thinking in the back of my mind, I just thought, maybe he's gone to a hospital and he's hurt somewhere. So I started ringing around hospitals frantically and trying to find out, and no one knew anything. And they said, no, he hasn't come here, he hasn't come here. And then it wasn't till the next day that somebody from the police, like family liaison officers or whoever they are, rang me, and it wasn't really like a clear message. It was making me worry and just think, what are you telling me, kind of thing, because it wasn't clear what they were saying. And then they're saying they're going to come round the next day, So I just kind of I was just in a kind of bit of a bubble. So I just thought, I need to wait for them to see what they're going to say. And then when they didn't come round till the following day, and then they sent two family liaison officers around my house, and I don't know what they were trying to say. To this day, I just thought, I feel uncomfortable with them because they looked so nervous and so scared, and they were just kind of blurting out, saying that, there's been a fatal accident with your son, fatality, but not telling me nothing. We didn't know that they'd carried out a post-mortem without our permission, but we were just all ushered out. They kept listening into our conversations. There was all these other people there when we turned up, and they made us sit in the car park. So we couldn't go into the building. And they put all these chairs outside alongside the car park and told us to sit there. It was like me, a couple of my family members, a friend, Azelle's ex-girlfriend's family, and then there was all these other people just sitting there, which I presume are police, IPCC, or trying to kind of, in some way, explain to us what's just happened. And none of it made sense. It was too late by that time because they'd done it, and obviously they'd I think that it'd been staged, you know. What I saw with my own eyes, my brother saw it as well. We know what we saw, and we just have never had a chance to talk about it, really. He was shot 7 times, but 1 bullet got lodged somewhere. They never ever found that other bullet in the back, neck, and head, the top of his head, yeah, and here. And I think when I heard that he got shot in the back, that was the worst one, because I'm just thinking, you know, that you'll be defenseless, and the accounts of what we've been told didn't match up. So in that first hour, my legal team had even emphasised that things would be different if they'd got in there in that first hour. You know, the first hour from when it happened, yeah. And especially that his body was left like on the scene for 16 hours. So they had all that time to run around. They sat, you know, it's proven that they sat and wrote the notes together. They ran around. So all that time, they had to cover up and trace their tracks and everything. Because the system says, you know, they're protected. So a lot of these things you wouldn't find out unless you're able to go through this and explore the law and the avenues with them, you know. And at every stage they still try to tell you and contradict what that is, because that's all they know. That's what they believe in, and that's what the system is based on. So, you know, I suppose if you start with a lie, you start to believe it.